Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Tonight we're going to be going over the latest episode of Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 episode number 8 called Higher Calling. Okay, I almost said higher learning when I was thinking about it. Alright, can y'all please let me know that you can hear me, because the mic was not working. I couldn't hear nothing when I was testing it. It was so just dead, and I'm so sorry because I was doing good. I was supposed to be on time and stuff. Oh my gosh. Anyway, can y'all hear me? Please let me know, so because then I'm gonna start testing it myself, going on YouTube with my phone and all that. If y'all don't say nothing, that's what I'm gonna have to do before I move forward. Okay, yeah, fingers don't be as fast is mine sometimes. So let me just go on and see. Okay, Dutch McVie said, is it McVie or McVeigh? He said yes. Okay, good. Very, very good. Okay, guys. Michelle Wadler, what's up? DeMarcus, what's up? DeMarcus, you better, I'm coming for you. Don't worry. And not like that. Not in the way, not in the way you think. But oh yeah, I'm gonna have to holler at you, bruh. Definitely. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Okay, he said McVeigh. Michelle Wadler, LaRusha Hampton in the building. Thank you guys so much. Please share the video. If this is your first time coming across this channel, I already said welcome. But how about welcome to the shenanigans at midnight, okay? Because they be taking place. It's not planned, I promise you, but it just so happens, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what happens? It's late, plus after a while get a little tired, and when I get tired I get delirious and I just be cutting up, okay? And sometimes I just cut up. All right, y'all, how did y'all feel about this episode? Because one of my members was like, I ain't like it. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, didn't even comment on nothing else. Just don't like it. Shout out to Monica M, who says no, she's not trying to hear it. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. What's up, Mike Conley? All right, y'all. So we got the little apex predator is on hold for now, because y'all heard Braden getting at him like, what happened to that whole apex predator talk? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, as long as this fake freaking what do he call him from not Painful, oh my gosh, this fake cop from Training Day, Denzel from Training Day, as long as he's in the way, that's not gonna happen. Okay, LaRusha says she hated the episode. Okay, it was cool, just more of a setup. A setup for what though? Like for a letdown? You know what I'm saying? That's my main concern, guys. I'm afraid of a setup just to let us down, because it's so much more to do. Like I said, we can have fun with this and we can, like predict all we want, but are the predictions really going to happen? Like, we might as well just be over here planning to like fill in the episode, like, write the rest of the season after it's over, just to have fun, like how people was doing with Game of Thrones. They were so unhappy that they were literally rewriting the freaking script to the way they thought the ending would make more sense. And listen, that might have to happen. Okay, all right, y'all, let's get into it. So as we could see, Carter went ahead and he makes Felicia's death look like an accident, and Nico is questioning if that's what really happened. Okay, so Carter hits him with the look, I know, bro, with the things that we do, the dirty stuff that we do, things can get questionable, but it's definitely what it looks like. This was really an accident, okay? So at this time, I'm also waiting for Carter to tell Nico that Felicia had coke in her system as well, right? Because we know she was a freaking cokehead. But that doesn't happen. And I felt like it would have made the story more believable. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's all this coke about? We see what kind of person she is. She's using coke and this and that. She winds up dying. They make it look like an accident, whatever. And bam, I mean, for me, I feel like he obviously has to have a lot of pull in the city and with a lot of people that are working, to basically not dig in deep or deeper into the death of this woman. Okay, and they must have done an awesome job of cleaning up the body and all that stuff. You still have the little boy, but okay, y'all, whatever. Okay, now let's move on. We're going to talk about Nico and him a little later. But now we have Tariq, who goes to the bar to meet up with Monet. And they're brainstorming about how to take Carter out, right? So they can't use Drew to help them. So Tariq says, okay, let's tell Carter that we're working on getting his leverage. Meanwhile, we weaponize Noma and get her to take out Carter, right? But Monet, she doesn't like this idea, of course, because, her pride is in the way and stuff, and she don't like Noma. And she don't like the idea of kissing Noma's behind. So Tariq was like, look, we got to kiss some butt to get this ninja off of ours, right? Then he points out that Noma and Carter are opposites. And it's better to go with Noma because she's the lesser evil. Whereas Carter is the most craziest, psychotic, and corrupt cop in the freaking city, okay? So Monet can't deny that Tariq is right at this point. Therefore, they got to move forward with the plan. Now, this is what we see throughout the whole episode. These two just planning, okay? Like, all right, this didn't work. Let's move on to plan B, this and that, okay? So, one thing about this scene that annoyed me, guys, is how fast they were talking at first. Like, they both were... Like, just one person would say something and, this one got an answer. He would say, oh, what about Drew? You can help. No, he's so stuck up. What's his name? Carter's behind it. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, breathe, y'all, breathe. Because right now, as actors, it's looking like you're just waiting for the person to say their line. And that's that. Like, it doesn't seem like a natural conversation. So I was kind of disappointed in this scene a little bit with that it just annoyed me. I'm sorry. Okay, so next, guys, what's up, LSW? Carter, look at this freaking jacket that Drew has on. Oh my gosh. Carter puts Drew in Zion's place. Okay, so now he's gonna be overseeing the venue and the revenue, okay? And come to find out, guys, Drew actually likes this. Like, every time when I think one of these Tejada boys have some type of plan, they are really out here liking this. Like, they don't really want to be under the mom. They're starting to see, like, maybe it's just family. Well, that's Drew's words. It's just, maybe it was a family thing that I was, not feeling. But I actually like this gangster stuff. You know what I mean? We'll talk a little more about that later. DeMarcus, thank you for the super chat. He said Tariq finally became the latex predator. Yeah, he sure did. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm going to holler at you about. Okay, so next, guys. Oh my gosh. This freaking dude right here. Whew. Braden tells Tariq that he's moving out and he's going to ask Elle to move in with him. So Tariq was like, are you serious? And Braden was like, yeah. And Tariq said, why? And he's like, because I love her. Right? So Tariq starts laughing and he asks Braden if he was losing his mind because he barely knows Elle. But before they started talking about that, Tariq was trying to get Braden on board with taking Carter out. But Braden, he's not high right now, guys. So he's making some sense when he tells Tariq that he doesn't want to go to war against folks that they can't win against. Okay? He says, you know what a task force stands for? Gang. Thugs with badges, okay? So Tariq was like, come on, B. Like, Carter has a lot of info on me, and I have nothing on him. Okay? So back to the convo with Braden telling Reek that he's moving out. So Braden also tells Tariq that he's going to get the band back, and he got the knockoff course correct from Effie. So when Tariq says, how? You know what I'm saying? Braden, he doesn't answer, obviously, but he just wants props from Tariq. From Tariq. And he's like, just for once, say good job, Braden. He tells Tariq that he's moving fast and smart and he's getting things done. And Tariq is like, all right, well, I'm questioning you because nowadays it don't really seem like you're thinking things through. And it's so funny that they're having this kind of conversation because last week's episode, it was the other way around. where it was like Tariq was kind of like going off of emotions and he wasn't thinking things through, and Braden had to tell him, listen, breathe, you know what I'm saying, go talk to somebody that you trust before you do something stupid. And actually Tariq listened. As much as I get on Tariq and I say, you know, he acting stupid or whatever, in this episode I felt like he had more of his little, you know what I'm saying, he had his head on his shoulders a little bit in this episode, I will say. Okay, and Braden was on one. Okay, on one. Speaking of one, what's up, One Shot Gaming? OT Lungs, Alice, Heron, what's up? Denise, Nicole, welcome. So, OT Lungs says this episode was mid. Okay, yeah, a lot of people are not really, you know, some people are not feeling it. Okay, all right, so where are we? So next, guys, we got Tariq, and I'm laying the foundation right now, so I'm kind of moving fast through these things. We got Tariq and Monet who go meet with Noma to let her know that Carter is moving on her, right? Like he's coming for you, okay? Because he don't like people, you know, drug dealers and whoever doing anything, criminal organizations doing anything without them being under his thumb, right? And Tariq is like, I can help you with that. So Noma says, what hard evidence does this cop have on May, right? And so Tariq was like, Carter is a corrupt cop who could create fake evidence against us, and he could do whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to take that freaking chance? And Noma was like, well, you didn't answer my question. You know, what does he know about my organization? Be specific. Now, I like how, listen, Noma, you can't really pull one over on her too fast, you know what I'm saying, because she really does ask questions. She asks the right questions, right? Where in contrast, we had Kane over there talking about some what's in it for you, Tariq, scam Patrick, and then Tariq said you be asking the wrong questions, you know what I'm saying? So you know, we got her over here like she's pretty sharp, you know. So Monet was like, listen, girl, screw all of this, you know, all this back and forth stuff. Like, Carter, he needs to go. Right now, we need to come up with a plan and talk about all the details later on. Like, are you down or not? Like, nobody got time for this right now. So, you know, what is her name? Noma. She's like, I'm not interested in going to war with the NYPD. So Monet was like, you know what, forget this. I knew this was going to happen. Then she gets up and she says to King, you're stupid behind. So P-Whip, you just going to let this chick get you deleted? And that's when Noma dropped the bomb that her and Kane are getting married. And, you know, Tariq was over there laughing. And I'm like, oh my God. There was a lot of little snickering going on in this episode between a few folks. Especially Tariq. Tariq was getting his laugh on with... oh my God, yeah, it was stupid. But anyway... So then, guys, we have Noma, who now calls in after she dropped the bomb on Monet. Now she's calling Effie and Davis and letting them know what's going on. So she's marrying Kane, you know, she's like, I'm marrying Kane, and then, you know, she dang near smack Effie with the daggone ring. She might as well, the way she put the ring in her face, basically, right? And she's like, he did a decent job, didn't he? And this ring weighs a ton. So I'm like, girl, you are too old to be playing games like this, like trying to make that little girl jealous. Like, cut it out, okay? So Kane was like, you know, she's effing with you, this is just for business. Like, he said it right in front of Noma, you know. But the scratching my head moment that I had, even though it's kind of premature, it's normally for Sundays, but you know, every now and then I still do it anyway. Noma tells Effie that she needs her to create like a social media presence for Kane and even Instagram, like with them looking cute as a couple and stuff. She was like, is this something that you can do? So Effie tells Noma that she's not a wizard, but she'll do her best, right? But if somebody looks hard enough, they can find what they're looking for. So Noma was like, that sounds like a personal problem. And so basically what she's saying is that's a you problem. And that's where I'm over here scratching my head, because I'm like, well, Effie is doing this for Noma's benefit. So if it goes left, that's a you problem, Noma. You know what I mean? But I guess that was Noma's way of telling Effie to make sure it's right, or else that's your head. Like, it will be a you problem, girl. If you make it a me problem, it's going to be a you problem. Okay, so anyway, guys, as for Davis, he wanted that partnership with Noma himself. You know, he's like, why didn't you consult with me before trying to marry this dude? So You know, he's pretty annoyed that Kane beat him to it. And of course, he didn't propose marriage because he's going through a divorce. And that's something that Noma called him out on, because that's the reason why he you know, made that whole proposal to her in the first place about getting a citizen to, you know, put all the stuff in that person's name and all that, you know, somebody that you can control and things like that. So whatever. Hey Rashonda and Tox Kazim. Now I know every time when I see you on Moochie's channel, she calls you Tokes. So tell me which one it is, because I don't like saying people's name wrong, okay? All right, y'all. So DeMarcus says that Noma is jealous of Effie. I mean, yeah, but just like, why though? Like, what are you jealous of and for when you be ready to get it in with whoever? Okay, like, you got this dude, you got Kane hitting it, and then you also have Davis doing whatever he's doing, plus with his tongue and all. So they, you know, this is what they was talking about, okay? Don't blame me. That's what they was talking about, okay? Now, what's up, Queen? Oh, thank you for the $5 super chat. I love your Noma impersonation. Anytime you call her, you should speak in her voice. I know, you know what? I'm kind of going through it too fast, and I really meant to, like, really put it on, but I'm just, like, lightly doing it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you. There isn't any amount of money in the world that would make me want to marry Noma. Wow. Yeah, and these people are really doing a lot of things for money, okay? So, we already talked a little bit about Davis, but now speaking more of Davis, he gives Monet and Tariq the leverage that they need against Carter, right? He also explains to Monet why Kane and Noma are getting married. Now, in this scene, guys, we also hear Davis tell Monet and Tariq that his allegiance is with them and to never forget that he always comes through for them, right? Now, I feel like this was a little scary for me because it's very risky what Davis is doing. You know what I mean? All it takes is for Kane to find out that he's, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth, and he's working with Tariq and everything, and he runs and tells Noma, and then she offs him like she did Obi, or, you know, she might take Ab's daggone tongue. Like, let me find out that they was talking about the tongue action. And then remember how last week I was saying she always talking about taking somebody's tongue out, and I said I need to see a tongue out. Please don't make me eat my words, because I would hate for them to do that to him. Of all people, him? You better not do Davis like that. If he goes, all right, but do not do him like that. I don't want, like, the characters that I'm expecting to that I am afraid for, it is definitely him right now, because I just feel like we just see his death being mapped out before us. But I don't want to see nothing crazy. That's always my main thing. Just don't make me see nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Okay. So here's the thing, and I think I've told you guys this already. I think that the worst deletions on shows are like those surprises, like the headshots or something that just comes out of nowhere. Like the one that Omar Little received on The Wire. That was just shocking and out of nowhere, and I don't want something like that to go on. Like, if anything, I'd rather see it coming. You know, they have a little talk, and then that's what they do. Because I don't want to, I just don't. All right. So, guys, hopefully there's no tongue out. You know what I'm saying? So now that we've pretty much laid out the foundation of the episode, we're going to do this thing by the characters now. Okay, so we're no longer, so far I was just going in order. We're no longer going in order anymore. When I bring up a character, we're probably going to talk about everything that character did in this episode. Okay, that's how we doing it tonight. Kind of did the same thing last week. All right. So we're going to start with Drew. And is it me, or does the actor look like he kind of put on little pounds? He kind of look a little chunky, right? Yeah. So, guys, Drew, like I said earlier, he actually enjoys what he's doing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Did I say this already? Because I feel like I was going to say something and then about like the Tejada boys, like how I'm thinking that, you know, when they're working with these people, you know, other than their mom, I'm thinking they have a plan for the family, but then they wind up liking it. And maybe that is their initial plan. You know what I'm saying? But then when they see that they're comfortable and I feel valued here, you know, something that they probably never felt like, they like, shoot, I think I'm going to stay over here. Okay? So, here we go. Like I said, he enjoys being a man and working for Carter, okay? When Kane comes to the fight club, Drew tells him that Carter ain't worried about Noma. You know, he can take out whoever he wants whenever he wants. And I was like, let me find out Carter is Drew's new superhero. Or, you know, replacement daddy, as Monet said. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we have throughout this episode him and Kane kind of going at it and stuff like that. And, you know, he's telling Kane when he comes to the fight club, he's like, yeah, I heard that you know, that Noma's marrying the help and you ain't nothing but a little step up from the pool boy. And he's like, you know that she's just using you as the fall guy. Now, one thing that's weird about this family right now, this family dynamic, is that you have him and Monet, him meaning Kane and Monet consistently going at it with each other. But in the meantime, she really is trying to protect him, but she keeps talking down to him. And that's not the way you're going to get through to him because he's tired of that. Right? So soften the heck up. But it's okay for her to soften up on Drew and soften up on Diana, but she could never be soft with Kane, and I'm pretty sure that's what the heck he's waiting for. Right? So it's not getting through to him. You're going to keep calling him dumb and this and that. Is he going to believe you that you're really trying to protect him? So in this scene as well, I feel like even though Drew is like, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? It's they got some hostility towards each other. He's actually telling him the truth. Like, you are being used. You know, if you don't care about somebody, I don't think you're going to tell them that they're being used, especially if they're your enemy or whatever. Like, they're still brothers at the end of the day. And he's just like, listen, I know that you like are not serious about this. And he's over here. So, when he says, what's up, Danon? When he says, and when I'm talking about Drew, when he was like, Carter, he ain't worried about Noma. He can, you know, delete whoever he wants and all that stuff whenever he wants. And Kane was like, oh, so you drinking the Kool-Aid too? And Kane says it's better than drinking Noma's dirty A bathwater. I was like, ew, this is totally disgusting. So that's when, you know, it's all about, you know, him telling him all this stuff about, you know, you're just a step up from the pool boy and all that. And then Kane is just looking at him. He doesn't say anything. And, you know, Kane, he likes to clap back, or he got his little jokes and stuff, but he had nothing to say. Instead, he went into action. And we saw what he did, y'all. He went and bought the freaking Fight Club, leaving them out here looking for a new place. And all of the places that we found out later, they raised up their rent and all of that, so they scrambling right now. And so, you know, Drew's like, all right, you want to play? So he goes into the penthouse and goes into the drawer and all that. And I guess, you know, Kane has not mastered the art of getting a real good password, because the first one he put in, okay, it didn't work, but then the second one he put it in, and then, you know, it went through. So he found a number that lets him know when the next shipment of the guns was going to be. And so there you have that. And he, of course, went and told his new boss that information. And Carter was like, are you sure about this? Are any of my guys going to be in harm's way? This and that. And Drew was like, nothing that y'all can't handle. And it actually went off, like, it was successful. And I was kind of hoping that it would be successful, because I didn't want something to go wrong and then all of a sudden Drew got in trouble with this guy. I don't know, I'm all over the place with these freaking characters, because 1 minute I wanted Drew to freaking go, and now I was like, just kind of like, all right, I hope this situation doesn't mess up, you know. I don't know, it's confusing, y'all. This show will make you be all over the place sometimes. Me. Okay, maybe not you, but me sometimes. All right. So I'll say this, that Monet's son's on the opposite side. I think that's sad for her as a mom, but also it makes me wonder, like, what is really going to happen? You know what I'm saying? She tells him, she's like, Drew, why are you doing this and all that stuff? And what about school and art and all of that? And he's like, it wasn't, maybe it wasn't really about the family. It was just that I didn't like working with family, so it's more like, I guess I'm finding out that I really like what I'm doing over here. I actually do like this, right? Like I talked about earlier. And, she's like, well, what is this guy to you? Because he's over there like, yo, come on. And she's like, what the heck is he to you? Your father or something like that? And, that struck a chord. He wasn't feeling that. But he was saying that, he's got me, he's trusting me with some like king size stuff. And it feels good. I'm glad for the honesty, though. I really am. Thanks for the honesty. And but she says, remember that you're a Tejada and my blood runs through your veins. So saying that makes me feel like, okay, Drew is now the inside man for Carter, and Kane is the inside man for Noma, whether they know it or not. And I'm feeling like it's gonna be a situation where they're going to have to choose their family at the end of the day. Like, some people feel like, oh, they're going to just go to war with each other. I think Mike said something about they're going to be shooting at each other and all of that stuff. I mean, we've seen that already, so why recycle it? I think that would be pretty stupid. But it would also be kind of predictable if they are both, on the opposite sides of each other and they both take out, their boss or whatever. And in Kane's case, it's his wife. I don't know, what's going to happen. But here's what I do think. I think that after seeing what happens in the end, it's going to be a lot of twists and turns. But then again, like I said, we can only just speculate and say whatever we want because we only got 2 episodes left. And do we have time for all of that? Do we have time for all the twists and turns? Now, they're going to have to make this into like a feature film and make everything just fit. That's really all it is. They're gonna have to make everything fit because I just don't see this ending in a satisfying way for me. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I don't see it ending in a satisfying way. And if it does satisfy me, I will let y'all know. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Okay? You know how every now and then, if you've been following me for a while, if something crazy pops off, I will hop on this thing late night, right? Like if I'm watching it at 12 o'clock, which I haven't done in a while because now I gotta go into work early in the morning, right? But if I'm watching at night and something crazy happens on one of these power shows, y'all already know. That's why I tell y'all, keep your notification bells turned on because I will just pop up and I'm gonna talk about it. But I don't see that happening with this. Okay, that's just that. Now, let's talk about Anya. All right. Oh, yeah. Before that, he told his mom, like, don't make it personal. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, what are you doing? He's like, don't make this personal, Ma. I believed him when he said that. Don't make it personal. I didn't betray the family. I saved the family. The reason why I did what I did is because if not, he would have been gunning for us. But like me and Moochie was talking about last week, why didn't y'all let us hear that conversation? Because it didn't really make sense for now all of a sudden him to show up to Felicia's house with Carter. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, I'm just so annoyed with that part. But we're not going to go. I'm so tired of the show. I'm waiting for Raising Kane. Yo, did y'all see that it's like a little trailer? Like a what do they call it? A teaser trailer? Oh, my gosh. I was like, ooh, I cannot freaking wait. And y'all already know I went on a crazy rant like last season talking about I'm not going live anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I was really serious. But I still cannot wait, okay? I can't wait. And I was saying, okay, this is going to be done. So then, I don't have to go live anymore for Power because this is going to be done. But then Raising Kane is coming. And then I still had my girls on Sunday. So I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to leave everybody like that, Anywho. So let's talk about this chick, Anya. Oh my gosh. Because here's another thing, like when you add Anya to the mix, it's like, are we going to tie this up as well? Like, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of loose ends to tie up, y'all. This is what I'm nervous about. I just feel like there's going to be some unanswered, like, questions. There's going to be some holes. There's going to be part of the story that's missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget about holes. There's going to be freaking, like, gaps and... Alright. At this rate, we might have the diddler making an appearance at the finale. Love from... Oh, gosh. Why did I? I gotta start reading this stuff before I just... Y'all be crazy. Alright, y'all. So, we're gonna talk about Anya. So, Anya... She wants to know the truth about what her mom does. What do you do, right? And she's having... she's having this conversation in front of, the guards and whoever. So we got this chick, Noma, who excuses them, and I already knew there was going to be some bull. I knew it. I'm pretty sure y'all knew it as well. These people just lie to their kids, lie and lie and lie. And it's just like, when is it going to change, right? Who's going to be honest with their kids? So she's like, putting it all on the father. He was a drug trafficker, she said, and I was afraid of him or something. I had to get out of that life, and I'm betraying your father by saying this and stuff like that. So look, Anya, she has tears in her eyes and all, but then she goes to Kane, and she's got all these questions, and she's like trying to act like she wants to get to know him and all that. And I'm just like, Noma needs to be careful, because Anya is smarter than she gives her credit for. You know what I'm saying? You over here thinking that you could just tell her anything, and I thought it was kind of amusing. And she's over here talking about some the ghetto Gottis, the Gottis of the ghetto. I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody got so much all these little side jokes. We don't have time for the jokes, okay? No, I'm just joking. All right, but I actually liked the way Kane handled the situation, okay? And maybe the old Kane would have fell for the stuff and all of that, and I don't know what her plan was, okay? But they would have probably wound up rolling in the sheets or something like that. But he was like, listen, you need to go stay out of grown folks' business, okay? Like, take this little money right here, go do a TikTok, have some brunch or whatever. And when he said stay out of grown folks' business, she was like, grown folks? Like, oh, okay, like, because I'm over here thinking that you and me, we not too far from each other's age, but I guess you looking at me like I'm a little girl. Yeah, bye, little girl. Get up out of here. You over here thinking that whatever you got going on is going to work. But I done had me some grown stuff. So, go. The only other person I'm probably interested in right now is Effie. Not you. So she takes the money and she's like, I won't be calling you daddy. I'm like, In the past you may have. But he's a changed man. Look at the range, man. Alright. Let me know if y'all know where that's from. So next, guys, we got Braden. Ooh. Braden. I'm sorry for the silence, but we're gonna need a moment of silence for this freaking idiot. So, his little girlfriend, Elle, she ODs. She takes drugs that are laced with fentanyl, okay? So, now she's in the hospital, and they don't know if she's going to make it. And so, now he wants revenge, and he plans to meet up with the guy that sold the stuff, because he used her phone, went into the drawer, found her phone, and did all that, right? So, of course, he wants Tariq's help. Tariq is down to ride for his boy, but only scare the guy like Braden said. Like, we're just going to scare him. Tariq's like, what are we going to do? He's like, I just want to scare him and stuff like that, right? But we know what happens. And how many of you already knew it was going to go left? I always tell y'all, anytime we hear a plan, understand that's not what we going to see, okay? So... he goes there, they go there, they find the guy, And they go into his apartment, and he's like, where's Elle, this and that. And so he lets the guy know that you gave her something that was laced. And he's like, if you're not, lacing your stuff, then go ahead and, snort it. So, before they get in, Tariq says to him, are you high? And he said, I just took a little bump to take the edge off. And I'm just like, yep, there we go. This guy does not know how to act when he does this stuff, obviously. So he goes up there and he starts wilding out. The guy sniffs. Tariq is down with it, letting him do it. But then he keeps trying to make him do it. Because they got blickies out. So they're doing this by gunpoint. And so he's like, do it again. And so Tariq is like, yo, chill. He's like, no, man, no. So, if this was your girl, you do the same thing and blah, blah, blah. And Tariq is like, you're going to delete him. He's like, I don't care. I don't give a F. Do it again. Do another one. And so he does another one. And then he's like, goes over. He didn't pass out. I think he might have passed out a little bit on the bed and everything. And then Braden shoots him twice. And Tariq is like, what the heck are you doing? And all of this. And Braden's like, so you're the only one that gets to take revenge and all this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this guy is just going to make them get into more trouble. Okay, so they're leaving. First of all, you hear this lady talking about everything all right down there. No, chick, everything's not all right. You don't understand that there was just gunshots? It's not all right. That was not no little bump in the night or whatever. It was gunshots. The heck is wrong with you? So not only did they leave a body behind, they this is why it's so stupid, because if he really wanted to just delete him and leave him there, okay, they're gonna find the drugs, they're gonna find the body, right? No bullets though, don't shoot him. They're gonna find the drugs, they're gonna find the body, they're gonna see when they test them, it's laced with fentanyl, all that, okay? All right, so then it might be left alone. But depending on if they touched anything when they were in there, then it would be an issue. But now you made it a clear deletion scene. A clear one. With this dude, you made him snort a few times, and then also you shot him in the head 2 times. And so now you leave the body behind, talking about help me get this body. No, that's not how it works, stupid. And now you got somebody over there talking about is everything okay? That is not how it works. And that's what Tariq is trying to tell him. Are you freaking kidding me? So they got to leave through the fire escape. Once again, Tariq's fingerprints are all over the place. Braden's fingerprints are gonna be all on the fireplace. I'm sorry, did I say fireplace? The fire escape. Okay? Remember last week, and I remember Moochie, she said that how Tariq's hand was all on the wall and stuff like that, but we don't know if they ever gonna go back to that. As far as we know, that's over with. Okay, if they were going more seasons, yeah, there would be more than likely they will circle back to that. But now we just gonna leave that alone for now. But now what happened is we done added another body to this whole situation going on, and now Carter has made an enemy of these folks, him and Noma, which I will talk about a little later. But it's crazy. And then on top of that, I do not trust, and I repeat, I do not trust the fact that we never saw this guy Salim's body. I'm over here really thinking that that's gonna resurface. If it doesn't, then fine, they just freaking left it right the heck alone, which is absolutely annoying. Which is why I'm saying we just gonna be out here having fun with this at this point, because everything that we say, probably not one thing is gonna come to pass. I don't know though, right? So here we go. Yeah, Greta, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. What about the dude Tariq deleted in his own home? Exactly. That's right. So we on the same page. So like I said, I don't trust that. I don't trust that we never seen his body. No one has ever come around questioning it or nothing. So, like I said, y'all, and to my members, if Tariq gets away scot-free, this is some bull. Because he's got all this trouble just brewing, all this evidence around, all of the above. So, like I said, they escaped through the fire. And this was all for nothing, y'all, because Elle, she was not feeling it. She whines, she wakes up. So thank God for that. She wakes up. She was not feeling what he did. She's like, please don't tell me that you did what I think you did. And he's like, it's my job to protect you. First of all, you're not my husband. So it's not your job to protect me. And number one, should I say, you don't really know me like that. Like, that's what Tariq said. You don't really know her. So, like, why are you doing all of this? She's not even about that life. Okay? And now you find out that she ain't feeling this whole situation. She thinks life is precious. Okay, what a freaking... First of all, how could you think life is precious when you over here gambling with your life every single time you do drugs? These people on here need to get their minds totally straight, because it doesn't make any sense to me. But we're going to give it to her. We're going to give it to her because of the fact that Braden was a freaking idiot and did what he did. Okay? All for nothing. Just so this girl could turn around and say, I'm sorry. I just don't think that I can live with the guilt. Can you please leave? Okay. He going to leave. She probably never going to talk to him again. And you know what else she probably going to do? She going to snitch. Okay? Because that's her phone, and they probably gonna come asking her questions. Even though she said, can you please get rid of my phone for me, or whatever, or I need to get rid of the phone because that phone always getting me in trouble. Okay, how ironic is that she said that phone always getting me in trouble, because it's about to really get you in trouble this time. And this time, the same way they did with Lauren, when Bashandria gonna put the drugs in her thing, and it came back on Lauren, and Lauren started saying, cooperating or snitching or whatever people want to say, right? She gonna do the same thing, because it's gonna come back on her. Like, it's not a burner phone, right? This is her phone. Come on. I don't know, y'all, but that's what I'm saying. I just feel like it's going to all come around, and it's going to be a quicker type of, it's not going to be a mystery. I just don't think so. Because if you trace the guy's phone, his phone is still there, right? What was his name? Steve or something like that, the dealer. His phone is going to be there somewhere. And they're going to go by who he texted last. And when they find out who he texted last, they're going to trace everything, and they're going to do their little police work. And that's how it's all going to go down. And then she's going to be sitting there like, I told you I didn't want him to do this. I was in the hospital. And she's going to have an alibi, y'all. She ain't going to get in trouble for that. If they try to make her get in trouble, that don't make no sense, because she has a perfect alibi. She was in the freaking hospital fighting for her life. So there is no way in the world that she could have done anything like this. So yeah, that's my take on that. What an idiot, Braden. And as I said to my members, I love Braden, but after doing this stupid thing, you could have him. You could do whatever you want with him. And that's the same thing I said when I was live with Moochie last week. When characters of mine, the ones that I like, start doing stupid things, I give them up. And it's not that I'm giving them up to death and saying, I don't care about you no more. I don't care about what happened. It's just that I have to prepare my heart and my mind. Because you over here doing dumb stuff. And now it's like, I just got to let you go now. All right, we done. And that's why when they do stupid things, I get so mad. Because I'm like, yeah, you done... you done earned it. You done signed your little death warrant and all of that. So let me just be mature about this and give it up. Say goodbye. Okay? So, we're going to move on to Diana. Oh my gosh, y'all. Can we talk about the thirst? Matter of fact, let me see what you guys are talking about before I move on. It's hella sloppy, and we got 2 episodes to do a whole lot of cleaning. Reek for real should catch a hot one or go to jail. And I think to me, it's pointing more towards jail. That's what it looks like. Tariq has mad plot armor on. And now we get Effie's backstory. Tariq gonna kill Braden. Oh my gosh, y'all got me saying kill. What's up, Quentin? I mean, he did delete his daddy. I was thinking that too, but I was really kind of hoping that Tariq wouldn't go that route. You know what I'm saying? I really was. I was really, really hoping that he wouldn't go that route. I don't know. I don't want to give up on Tariq to that extent and say that he would do that to Braden, because I'm really hoping not. And I know that he deleted his father, but at this point it's like he didn't even seem like he had love for his dad, and I really believe he has love for Braden. They're like really all they have right now, you know. So I'm just hoping that that would not happen. I would freaking hate that. All right. Let me just go up for a second. I hate when this mouse starts acting up. What's up, JT? Somebody else was in here that I meant to say hello to. Karima Smith, and somebody else came in. Sorry y'all for the silence. I'm just trying to greet folks as they come in. Dante Pin, hi, how's it going? My night is doing fabulous. It's going fabulous. All right. Braden is a liability though. Okay, understood. And I said that last week. He's a liability. What does that mean though? That means that he has to delete him? No, you better start learning how to manipulate this guy just the way Ghost had to do Tommy. Shoot, there's a way. We wait 5 to 6 years to see anything about Effie, and they show her mom with 2 episodes left. They could have left this scene out if it don't add up to nothing, to be honest. Yeah, it was a kind of a stupid scene, to be honest. We are prematurely talking about it. Oh snap, I said that we're talking about Effie, but my bad, it's Diana. Thank God for my my slides, because I would have been off, honey. What's up, Samara? So Diana, y'all, I think I did say we were talking about Diana. Anyway, so she is still upset over losing the baby. But now she's also feeling guilty about deleting Felicia and making her son an orphan. Like, she is obsessing about it. You see her in the class and she's looking at pictures, like I think Felicia's like social media site and everything, pictures with her baby and everything. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, girl, it's kind of sad. You know, I feel a little bad for her because that's some bad guilt right there. And, you know, of course, she goes to Tariq, her knight in shining armor, all the time. You know, Tariq. And she wants to talk about it. He tries to make her feel better. Like, you didn't know that died. You didn't know that her son was there. Da-da-da. And, of course, you know, it's a lot better than what he told Monet, right? He told Monet, because Monet was like, yo, Diana is so messed up about this and all that. And he was like, well, listen, she gonna have to get over that because regret is for civilians. So he basically letting it be known that she done crossed over. No matter how much she tried to act like she won out this life, you done did something, girl, that you cannot turn back from now. And regret is for civilians. Welcome to this side. She been on that side, though. I've been saying that. She been on that side. Okay? So, anyway, it turns into more than that. You know, they're over there. And she's like, you know, they're talking about what life could have been. Or she keeps saying she just wants a normal life so she could do her. Girl, you could have left a long time ago. Like, you know how many people actually just leave? They leave town. But you wanted to go to Stansfield so you could be all up under Tariq. If you really wanted to leave and get away from your family, you would have went out of town, across the country or something, and got very far away from them. Okay? But you had to go to Stansfield. You just had to. Okay? I'm sorry to the Diana lovers. All right, so they start kissing all that because she's like, at one point it was possible. Trying to act like they really had something. Y'all didn't really have nothing. He was hitting and quitting you just like he was pretty much hitting and quitting Effie. Like, come on. Anytime y'all was throwing it at him, he was catching it. Like, oh, you throwing it? Oh, okay, now let's go. I'm ready. Anytime. Every freaking time. It didn't matter. Every time They were throwing it. He was catching it. He never denied them. This time, he goes to pull out a condom. And she's like, no, we don't need, Tariq, we don't need that. Oh, she just get on my nerves, y'all. Oh my gosh, Tariq, we don't need that. And he looking at her like, come on, Di. Like, what, are you serious? We do. And she said, would it be so bad if I got pregnant again? And he's just like, I guess he just was speechless because she like, you know what, never mind. And he's like, yo, how do you not understand? You know what I'm saying? And I actually was very, very proud of Tariq in this scene because I'm like, last week, y'all know I was so pissed off at him because he kept on like acting so, you know how people was like simp. He was acting so simpy for her out of nowhere. And I'm just like, you was just trying to delete her, like, Siri, like, heavy, you know? And now all of a sudden you're, oh, what about Diana? What about Diana? I'm so happy that you decided that you want to wear a condom because you know that this is not the time, right? We're not going to do this again, okay? It was a situation. I was going to own up to it, but we're not going to let this happen again, okay? So then, guys, how about this though? Like the fact that she was trying to have sex soon after she lost the baby, I was like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. Like you are supposed to wait. And normally they tell you don't have sex for like 4 to 6 weeks or something like that. I mean, I don't know, you know, the medical stuff be changing all the time. But like, especially if she got a DNC or whatever, it's like when that type of stuff happens, you got to give your uterus some time to heal and your area. And it's just like, she over here ready. Whatever, girl. So anyway, this is TV, right? It's TV. Now, I will say that, you know, after she goes to, because Brashandria kind of like bailed her out in the classroom because she was just busy on her phone and they were talking about, you know, evil and stuff like that, and Brashandria helped her out, so she came back and said, you know, had a good answer. But when they were walking out, she was like, you know, I'm gonna tell you this, I have to ask you something, and just don't go run your mouth, girl, like you did last time. Like, first of all, you only got one time. If you ran your mouth the first time, I'm not coming back to you to say anything. You're done. You already showed me who you are. And I'm not ever telling you nothing again that I don't want to get out. So this was stupid. Do you not learn from your mistakes, young lady? I guess not. So anyway, who knows if Brew is going to go and say anything. Maybe she won't. They don't got time. It's 2 episodes left, okay? Less than 2 hours left in this season. So maybe she won't say anything. But her advice, I will say, was pretty good. She let Diana know that it's kind of normal to be trying to replace the baby that you lost, you know what I'm saying? And so then she was like, well, you know, that's the same thing that happened with my mom. Like after Zeke, she got pregnant again after Zeke was taken from her, and she was like, yeah, well, now you know how your mother feels, right? And so then she was like, listen, having a baby, Brashandria, she said this, having a baby is not easy, girl. Like, I know a lot of my friends and family, whatever, they have kids and they don't have a life. So my advice to you is just like focus on being a good student. Forget about any fairy tale that you had in mind. Forget about Tariq. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yes, girl, forget about Tariq. Can we please just forget about Tariq? Gosh, it's like because they don't have anyone else, they just used her to try to be like his little love interest or something like that. Like, no, just move the heck on. Okay, and this is the reason why I wanted to come talk to you, DeMarcus. Get your mans. This your girl, right? Get her. Get her. She's thirsty, but I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to give her the, you know, I'm going to lay off her just a little bit when it comes to the whole thing about the fact that she wanted to do a replacement baby and stuff like that. Like, Brashandria is right. That is something true. Okay? But at the same time, she been thirsty. Okay? Thirsty. Oh my gosh. She is like one of the worst. I'm sorry. Am I going too hard on her? She's really one of the worst characters. Like, seriously. Her personality, everything. Like, she really sucks as a character. And people be loving this little girl. She sucks. She's not innocent at all. Okay? And as much as I know you're going to try to like spam me after this, DeMarcus, go ahead. Speak your piece. Speak your piece now. This your man's right here, right? Help her pick her face off the floor after Tariq done said, girl, no. Shoot. Get your mans. Your woman's. Get your woman's. Lauren at least threw Tariq's phone away. Okay. Tariq the worst. Nah. Even though Tariq be getting on my nerves, I can't say he's the worst. I really can't, because he don't work my nerves as much as Diana. Oh, I didn't know you were Team Diana, Mike, so I should have been coming at you. Get your mans. Okay? She's a clown. Okay? There's nothing worse than this right here. As a woman or a young lady or whatever, this right here, throwing yourself at a guy like that, and then he's... No. She should feel horrible. Girl, have some class about yourself. Let's move on. It's only a character, guys. The people that love what's this little girl, she's just a character. Relax. Alright, relax. DeMarcus says Effie is thirsty too. I mean, less thirsty. She less thirsty. I will say that, because she is quick to do her and take care of her. Okay, quick. And Diana, you know, when it's time to choose the family, that's what she does. I'll say that's when Diana will be grimy. But, you know, Effie be like, all right. She ain't that daggone thirsty. So let's talk about this scene. Once again, like I said, you know, these two, they keep coming back and forth. Uh-oh, Lovable. Hi, Lovable Lee. I was yelling at the TV like, girl, read the room. Right, like, exactly. Just like, what's going on? Hello. Don't do this to yourself. Like, the guys, they don't seem to understand where we coming from. But as a female, you don't want to be in that situation, okay? You just don't. It will suck, all right? Anyway. Pursue me, okay? Anyway, so this situation right here, we have once again, and I am getting actually tired of the same type of narrative with these two, the same kind of dialogue where Monet keeps trying to come to him and tell him that he's pretty much in danger. Excuse me, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to save your life. Da 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 da. So he's like, well, you know, nothing you could say, Ma, is gonna change my mind. I'm gonna get married, this and that. She's like, you really gonna betray this B over your mother? And so, you know, you gonna betray your mother for this B? And he's like, betrayal? You the one who went to Carter, you working with him and all of this stuff. And yeah, Ma, you didn't think I was gonna find out about that. And now you got them, you pinned them against each other. So now, you know, you about to get me and Drew deleted. And it's like, that's not even what's happening. Like, there's really, with this whole situation, I wish he knew how everything played out, but he's been on the outs, which is the reason why before all of this took place, she's been trying to get this guy to get from under Noma. But the way she's going about it, it's not working, because she needs to stop talking to him like this, okay? So she's like, all right, you know, and he's like, you about to, you know, what did he say? He said something to her about her short life, like basically saying she's gonna get herself deleted. And I'm like, that's kind of mean to say. Like, I know that she'd be saying her little stuff, and for him to say that to his mom was kind of terrible, but whatever. He said, just go on and get yourself a little, you know, ugly groom's mom's dress or whatever, and just, you know, be there. And that was that. And that's when a young lady came in and bust up the whole thing. Okay, so let's move on to Effie just really quickly, y'all. So Effie, we see that her mom comes and and she comes to campus begging for money, giving addict energy. Like, this chick right here is always playing a freaking addict. Like, just stop, girl. Don't get yourself typecasted, because, you know, you can do better. Okay, now she daggone sure ain't Michael Michelle, y'all. All right, but she's a white woman. A white woman. The chick from The Sopranos and Sons of Anarchy, all right? This is Drea Di Matteo, okay? They definitely made y'all look with that one, all right? So, anyway, she comes and she's like, oh, Richard left me for some younger bimbo. And, you know, she's like, Josie. She's like, don't call me Josie. He's like, well, that's what I named you. And you're doing all these good things and stuff like that. And whose brains do you think this is? You're the woman on campus or whatever she said. I don't know. You're living your life and blah, blah. You're doing all the stuff that I wanted to do and all of this. So she bigging her up and saying all these nice things. And then Effie tells her, listen, girl. Oh, so the man that put his hands on me in an inappropriate way, that's who left you. And now because he left you, like, so basically you stayed with this dude all these years, and now that he left you, you want to come to me asking me for money? So sorry, because guess what? If you were on fire, I wouldn't piss on you, and if you was cold, I wouldn't let you in. And what'd she say? She wouldn't give her 1 red cent if she had all the money in the world. Like, bye. Screw you, mom. And then that's when, because she didn't get the answer that she wanted, she was like, oh, there she goes. That cold Josefina, that cold bee and all this stuff. No one's ever going to love you, or how is anybody ever going to love you? No, basically abusing her. So, you know, verbally abusing her and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know, that's pretty sad. You know, I mean, whatever. Like, we already knew that. We didn't need this to let us know that Effie came from a situation that made her the way they made her. We didn't need it, to be honest. I mean, you could figure that out, right? So, I do like that by the end, her and Kane came to like a little understanding, because Kane kept pressing, you know, he was trying to like he was trying to talk to her, and she was basically like, just get out of my face, you know, send me the registry or whatever. I don't want to hear it. It's business. I understand. I got it or whatever. So then they finally talked, because he had to go over to her to like go through like or maybe did she have to come to him? I don't remember. Whatever. They were together, and she had to show him the social media presence and the profile that she made and all that. He's like, I don't care about that. You know, like, I'm trying to see what's going on with you and me. And she's like, why didn't you tell me about, you know, you're getting married? He's like, it's just business, blah, blah, blah. So basically, bottom line is that he says, I got you regardless. Okay. And she's like, okay, that's what I need to know. So as I said to my members before, that sounds like I'm gonna hold you to it. So we gonna see where this goes. But is it too much? Are they doing too much? I don't know. I feel like they are, because I don't see how they're going to close all these storylines. I just don't. JT said Kane going to save Effie. All right. That's a possibility, because all of these little conversations that they're having, it's hinting at a lot. So I'm feeling that that's probably what's going to happen. Is he going to get out of it? I don't know. He might die. Rashonda, what's up? So now let's go to who do we have next. We're almost done, folks. Carter, he almost gets Noma, but Davis shows up right on time during her dinner with Sterling, and he tells her, like, you know, he gives her a little note, and he tells her that there's eyes on her. Dinner is over. We got to go. Okay. And this is all part of Tariq and Monet's plan to get Carter and Noma to go to war with each other. Because the other thing that was going on, like their other little plan that they had, it did not work, all right? Because Noma was not biting. So, Carter and Noma, they, you know, the plan, like I said, is for them to go to war. But in the end, it was all for nothing. Like everything that Monet and Tariq were doing in this episode, it was all for nothing, because this is the result of it, all right? Because what happened is, and this is funny because this wasn't their doing, okay? It just so happens that when Kane was trying to get Nico to flip, Him and Noma was trying to get Nico to flip. Nico goes back. Of course, he took the 50K. He goes back and he tells Carter that, you know, she tried to flip me. But, you know, I'm 10 toes down or whatever. And he said, how much did she offer you? Right? Carter said, how much did she offer? He said, a lot of money. Oh, but I ain't take nothing. Yes, you did. And that's a lie right there. And so this goes back to when Tariq was like, listen to Braden, I don't have anything on this guy. I have nothing on him. But he has stuff on me, right? So this is the reason why he got to go, because I got nothing on him. Well, guess what? Now you probably do. Because if anything goes on, the fact that he lied to Carter about taking the money, all they need to do, somebody need to talk and say something. I'm telling you, the way these Tejadas be talking back and forth, because even though they're on separate sides, they be yapping their mouths, guys. Somebody's going to find out something, and Tariq is going to use that leverage over Carter. And this is what Carter has. I'm sorry. This is what Tariq has over Carter, right? Hold on, guys, because I'm going somewhere. He may not have this information yet, but I believe he will find this out, with the simple fact that they tried to buy Nemo. Wow. They tried to, I'm thinking about Nico and Noma, I guess, at the same time. They tried to buy out or flip Nico, right? And if Tariq were to find out that Nico was close to what's that chick, Felicia, in any way, or was the father of that baby, what you think he got on him now? He got the fact that he helped clean or make that M look like an accident. That's the leverage that he has. He just don't know it yet. Somebody just got to spill the beans. Somebody has to they gotta slip up and say something, right? And then you also have Nico, who lied to Carter. So my point is that I'm trying to make, and I hope I'm coming clear, guys, I'm sorry, is that they could easily make these two turn on each other. Nico and Carter. They could turn on each other. Because one, they're both lying to each other. So if it comes out that, oh, this one helped clean up the murder scene, and then he lied to me about taking money, then now you're gonna be creating some situations in his ranks. And so I'm like, okay, that's something. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I feel like that's what it's gonna be. A lot of people are going to be turning on each other. I feel like after this little twist at the end, there's going to be more twists coming. And yeah, is it going to, somebody was saying that it's probably not, I think it was Little Rock. It's probably not going to feel like a series finale, probably more like a season's finale. Yeah, I could see that. It's probably definitely going to be like that, but somebody from the inside is going to take out Carter. That's what I think. That's the best way to get to him. So it's either going to be Drew or Nico. But yeah, we already saw that Nico is looking at Carter like, I don't know about you, like, so I think it'll be easy to tell him, like, you know what, he has something to do with this, and he has something to do with the other dude. What's his name? He already knows that he has something to do with Tate, Kamal Tate. So I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting tired, so if it sounds like I'm not really like holding it together, making sense, I apologize. But do y'all see where I'm going with this though? That if somebody opens their mouth, this is the leverage that Tariq needs, because he's sitting there saying he don't have nothing on Carter. But like I said, as soon as he finds out that Nico is related or was close to Felicia some way, somehow, this is what he could use. That's all. Okay. Now, hit the like button. The number of likes does not match the number of watchers. Oh yeah, please do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope Tate comes back and offs him after he finds out he really deleted his bro. That might be something that's left untouched, y'all. I think that's gonna be a done deal. I'm not gonna lie. Seriously. I don't know. It seems like they opened that story and closed it real quick. A lot of, I don't know, it's disappointing right now. These last few episodes just proves Michael Rainey was being honest about them not knowing the show was ending. Yeah. What else did I have? Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. I'll just look at some of the comments. Nico knows Carter is lying about who deleted his girl. He knows that that's why he was asking questions, because he knows there's some lying going on. Just like he was questioning Kamal. Like, listen, this is the reason why you can't really trust or be around people that do dirt. Because if you see that they do dirt to other people, you should never be dumb enough. And I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. No one should ever be dumb enough to think that they wouldn't do that to you. Because it's in them. Why would you think that you would be exempt, or like you're so special? And you may be special. But to them, like, if that's who they are, that's who they are. And that's the reason why once you see certain people around you doing certain things, you gotta be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what's going on. And I don't like it. And I'm freaking out of here. All right. I wonder if Drew see Don Carter talking to Denise picture and set up Don Carter when Carter goes to this cathedral for Tariq. Why would he do that so soon, though? You know, why would he do that now? Unless I'm not understanding what you're saying. There's no reason for him to be jumping on Tariq's bandwagon right now until he gets proof, right? Somebody has to, like, have proof, or, you know, come to him with some proof that, you know, Carter was behind all this stuff. MR admitted he knew the show was ending. Cinder 1 says that. Admitted he knew the show was ending. So, I was actually thinking about this earlier. And I was like, you know what? It's going around that Michael Rainey Jr. was saying that the show was, you know, they didn't know. He was so pissed off. He didn't know if the show was ending and all this crap, right? But it dawned on me that could be a lie. You know what I mean? And I was like, they probably did know the show was ending. He probably knew. So, I don't know. That's just a possibility. Whatever. Doesn't matter now, right? 2 episodes left. Doesn't matter. I think that Kane will unalive Don. Why do you have to use the whole name, DeMarcus? Sheesh kebab. I'm so tired of saying Don Carter. I think that Kane will unalive. I'm just going to say Carter. And Tariq will keep his hands clean. You think Kane is going to do it? That's good. I mean, he might, but I don't know. We shall see. Drew is working a master plan. He will come out as the top dog like Lorenzo wanted. I think that as well, or I thought that as well, but I don't think that is something that he was planning. At first I did, but when he's talking to Monet, I believe him when he says that he enjoys this. Like, even when remember when he was like standing next to Carter, and they both they kind of both in the same like little position with their little arms crossed, and he really think he the man right now. So I don't know. I don't feel like he has a plan anymore. I feel like he likes what he's doing, like he said, surprisingly. But he's going to have to choose, which is the reason why his mom said, remember that you're a Tejada. Always remember that. And so I think that it's going to go back to that. I'm a Tejada. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have to do some things for the Tejadas. Just like with Diana. No matter what's going on, as much as she liked Tariq, as thirsty as she is for him, at the end of the day, she always chooses her family, right? Because that's what the mom taught them, the family first thing. Family first, family first, family first. So, there you have that. Now, let me see. I think Kane, what will choose his family? I think so too. I still think Tasha is out of here by episode 10. Yeah. Drew just want to work his way into a good spot. Ain't no master plan. So you think that Kane has a master plan, but Drew doesn't, right? And I'm only giving you pushback on this because I feel like Drew has always had some type of, he was smart in a few different ways. Okay? Like I said though, I thought that he had a plan, but now I don't think that. But I think the plans will change. Whatever's going on with him is going to change to where he's going to have to do what he has to do. And I feel the same for Kane. I don't think... See, I thought that Kane's master plan was to get next to Noma and do something, delete her, blah, blah, blah. But I just think that he just wants to be like a partner with her and all that stuff. I don't think his plan was to take her out either. But he may. Or he may not, because it's going to be too late. And like I said, he needs to work fast. Delete. He said 50 Cent texted him that the show was ending. And when everybody found out about the show, he was trolling to the fans. You can't underestimate Drew. He's creative. Exactly. I don't underestimate him at all. I'm just saying, and maybe not, maybe that's not to me. But for me, I don't underestimate him, because I always thought he was smart anyway from the first season, but we shall see how it goes. Drew just seems happy to be doing something. Even when he was in jail, he just wanted a spot, but I think he would choose his family at the end of the day. I feel like when he was in jail, he was just doing what he needed to do to get out and to also protect his family, because they were threatening his family. Like, he didn't want to be in there. He like, yo, like, what the heck, get me up out of here. He didn't have nobody in there with him. It's not like he had a crew. Like, Roman had a whole crew pressing him and all of this stuff, but he had the guards on his side, So I think that was a very uncomfortable situation for him. And he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to do what I got to do. I'm going to be a dog, and that's that. So when he got out, Carter has all these plans for him, and here we go. Which is just, I don't know, like I said, a conversation that we did not hear. Remember that Lorenzo told Kane that Monet keep everything to her chest, and Kane is keeping everything to his chest. Maybe. I'm saying when he made the deal to delete the other guy, he said he wanted a spot. Yeah, he said that he wanted that, and he also wanted basically protection. Like, you leave my mom alone and you leave my sister alone. But that doesn't seem like that's what's happening. So, well, maybe that is the deal. Maybe that's the conversation that we were saying we needed to hear, and we actually did hear it. It's just that they didn't say, like, okay, this is what you're gonna do in return for taking out Roman. Like, stamp it, dag nugget. Shoot, don't be freaking making us guess and do all of that. Not guess, but whatever. All the BS that has happened, Drew still put family first by telling Carter to leave Monet and Diana alone. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. We are about to get up out of here. I am tired. I am getting ready to go. Okay, I don't know if there's anything else that I did not talk about. Y'all didn't bring nothing else, so I guess that must be everything. And, we're about to get up out of here. This new writer really dropped the ball this season. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with it. Wasn't really sure that there was a new writer, but like I said, last week I said I feel like I felt like there was a change, and you can tell. Like the last writer was like, writing, and then was like, you know what? Here, you take over. Left it right there, didn't finish what was going on, and just bounced. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Danon. Anya is going to get Noma arrested. And that's another thing. What are we doing with Anya? Like, what is her reason for being here? Like, what we gonna do with that story? We gonna bring that home? He's the guy from the show. And who y'all talking about? Drew was doing what Lorenzo likely did in jail. What did he do? What's up, Dale? What did he do in jail? What did he do in jail? I'd love to know what you're talking about, because Lorenzo, I think, was in there for a long time, where Drew was in there for like a few days or so, right? Maybe a day or two. So I don't get what you're saying. I'm not coming at you. I'm really asking you a question. As far as I remember, when Lorenzo was in prison, he seemed like he was the man. And then when he came out, it was like, what happened? Like, he had more pull in prison than he had outside. What the heck going on? They done turned this man into the weakest link. You are the weakest link when he got out. Oh, the new writer came from Empire. Not, you're not talking about, I know you're not talking about Lee Daniels. There's no way. Not saying Lee Daniels can't drop the ball. I'm just saying. You gotta check out Fight Night. You remind me a lot of Faye. I'm definitely gonna have to check out Fight Night. It's because now you done said that. Anyway, guys, I don't know what's been going on, but I think that because whatever I say with these episodes, I haven't been going live on Sunday because I just don't feel like there's anything left to talk about. I mean, I could get with the girls and ask them what they think and everything, and that's fine, and we can do scratching my head moments, favorite moments, least favorite moments, but that's to be decided. I don't know yet, because right now I just feel like, what else is there to talk about at this point? Nothing. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Thank you everyone who dropped super chats and all of that. Thank you so much to all my members. Sender 1, JT, Mike Conley, Demarcus Vaughn, always a pleasure. Let me see. Oh gosh, this freaking mouse doesn't wanna. Danon, LaRusha, Dutch McVeigh, and all the people. Lovable Lee, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. OT Lungs was in the building. J Mac was in the building, and I just really appreciate all of y'all. Until next time, take care and be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Good night.